My parents sued me after I bought my first house because they wanted it for my sister. Last month, I bought my first house after 13 years of work, saving, and saying no to almost everything fun. It wasn't huge or fancy, just a modest 3-bedroom place, but it was mine. I signed the papers, got the keys, sat in my car, and cried for a minute because I finally did it. 3 days later, I got served court papers at work. My own parents were suing me because they said the house should go to my sister Sage. I thought it was a bad joke, so I called my mom, laughing. She said, very calm, that a good son would sign the deed over and stop being selfish. That's when I realized they were serious. I've been on my own since 18. I worked through college, ate cheap food, skipped trips, and took extra shifts for years. Meanwhile, Sage got everything. My parents paid for her art school, helped with rent, covered bills, and kept saying she just needed time to find herself. She graduated with about $180,000 in loans and no real income, and somehow that became my problem. When my parents ran out of money, they decided my house was the solution. Their lawyer called and asked me to transfer my house to Sage, pay her mortgage, give her $50,000 for emotional damage, and write an apology for hurting the family. I laughed, and he said he'd see me in court. Then the pressure campaign started. My mom posted online that some children forget where they came from and abandon family when money shows up. My aunt commented that Sage needed the house more than I needed my pride. Cousins I hadn't spoken to in years called me greedy in the family chat. My uncle left a voice message saying, "Real men step up when family is struggling." I got uninvited from Thanksgiving. Then Sage started posting crying videos. She filmed herself outside my new house, saying she was betrayed by blood and just wanted a safe place to live. People I didn't even know messaged me, calling me cold and selfish. I blocked people, but it kept coming. My dad started parking outside my job and watching me when I left. Twice, he followed me to the grocery store and tried to stop me by my car. My mom showed up at my gym and loudly asked why I hated my sister. Then they hired a private investigator to dig through my finances. They wanted to prove I stole money or got some secret help. When that found nothing, they said my mortgage must be illegal. I saved every message, post, and missed call because I knew this was getting out of hand. By court day, I was exhausted, but ready. My parents showed up with Sage and my aunt wearing matching shirts that said, "Family comes first." They even brought a photographer, like this was a protest. While we waited, my aunt kept pointing at me and whispering to strangers like I was some criminal. Before we sat down, Sage rushed at me crying and said, "I forgive you for pushing this so far, we can still fix it." I stepped back, and she reached for me anyway, then stumbled and acted like I shoved her. My aunt said I was attacking my own sister. The judge banged the gavel and told everyone to sit down. Their lawyer looked embarrassed from the start. He brought old fast food receipts from when I was a kid. They had a spreadsheet listing birthday gifts, clothes, and a toy car from childhood. They printed texts where I said "love you" and tried to use them as proof I owed the family support. They even brought baby photo albums and set them on the table like that proved anything. Then Sage handed over her loan papers and a plan to turn my house into an artist retreat and wellness center. She had never run a business and had never made money from her art. When the judge asked what she did for work, Sage said she was in a transitional phase and building her creative voice online. The judge asked if she was employed. My mom jumped in and said Sage was an artist and content creator with over 200 followers. The judge asked if she made any income from that. No one answered. My aunt stood up and yelled that income doesn't decide worth, and Sage deserved the house more than I did. Security moved toward her while she kept shouting about blood and loyalty. Then it was my turn. I handed over bank statements, pay stubs, and mortgage papers showing the down payment was mine and the house was only in my name. I also showed old emails where I asked my parents for help buying textbooks, and they told me they were prioritizing Sage's tuition and I needed to learn responsibility. The judge read those twice. Then he looked at my parents and said the case was frivolous, harassing, and close to attempted theft. He said they had no legal claim to my home. Case dismissed. He ordered them to pay my court costs, $3,200. In the hallway, my dad shouted that I was dead to them and that I had destroyed the family. My mom started crying and said she didn't know where they went wrong raising me. I kept walking and didn't turn around. Now my family is saying I chose a